Before embarking on any aspect of the study of history, the question arises, why study history? And the conventional answer, George Santayana's, and it seems to me that that's the only thing which made George Santayana famous, that those who do not study history are compelled to repeat it. Now, it seems to me that this sentence makes very little sense. In fact, it doesn't work like that. It's very good for the historian's advertisement, but beyond that, I think it has very little value. And the reason for that is because there are no lessons. History does not, in fact, repeat itself. Life is complicated. Every historical event is complicated. Now, to be sure, there are patterns. To be sure, human beings are, in very many things, are alike. But the most important, the most interesting aspect is how they are different. And so are historical events. More than that, it has always seemed to me that looking for lessons in history are more likely to lead to trouble, because we are bound to learn the wrong lessons. A famous event, a famous lesson, which is frequently brought up, was appeasement. From 1936 to 1939, the Western powers appeased Nazi Germany. And there is agreement among historians that this was an error. Now, what follows from this? Does it follow that any tyrant, any bad historical actor should be resisted? No. Stalin may have been as wicked a human being as Hitler. He may have had as many victims for which he was responsible as Hitler, but they were not alike. They were different. They had different goals. However terrible things Stalin did to his own people, he had no aggressive intent in his mind. Consequently, dealing with him, giving concessions to him, could have been perfectly good policy. Circumstances are different. Circumstances change. So, if I start out by saying that there are no lessons, why do it? Why study history? Why have I been doing this in the last 50, 60 years, or how many years? The reason for that is because what we learn from history is how human beings behaved in certain set of circumstances. What we learn by studying history, how some human institutions function in different historical circumstances. And what do we gain? We gain a broader understanding of humanity, of who we are. And that may, not necessarily, but may lead to wisdom. Will we be able to make better decisions as a result of having acquired wisdom? I hope so. I think it does make a difference. We will be able to evaluate a new set of circumstances because we have learned something about the varieties of humanity, the extraordinary circumstances in which human beings have acted and performed.